وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has allowed us to stand again to listen to the Holy Quran. Recited so beautifully, alhamdulillah. May Allah ta'ala accept us, guide us, forgive us for our sins, give us the benefit of a relationship with the Quran. Ameen. Alhamdulillah, we finished the 29th juz. A juz which is predominantly Makkan. So when a juz or a surah in particular is Makkan, revealed in the Makkan period before Hijrah, it tends to have two qualities like we mentioned before. One of those beautiful qualities of a Makkan surah is that it is very melodious. It has a beautiful tune. As we could tell by the way how beautifully the Quran recited the Quran, it has a beautiful tune, it sounds very beautiful, it's very poetic. So this is one of the signs, because the people of Quraysh, they were people that had a very high level of Arabic. And the reason why they had such a high level of Arabic, because they were very competitive in poetry. They would recite a lot of poetry, and the best of poetries would be stuck on the Kaaba as an honor. So when the Quran came, it came to challenge this. So at the peak of Arabic in the entire existence of mankind, the Quran came to show that it is above any of their level of Arabic. And only the arrogant ones would be able to refuse this. And most people, alhamdulillah, those people that had clean hearts, they were able to accept this and see that it was the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I hope everybody is comfortable, inshallah. We have 11 surahs in this juz. So please be comfortable. I have a very, very long bayan for you, inshallah. Just take it easy, inshallah. I'm just joking. We're very, very quick, inshallah. 5-10 minutes to be done. Barakallahu fikum. So very quickly we'll go through a couple of the surahs. Surah Mulk was the first surah recited. And as Meccan surahs, it has a very precise theme. And that theme is Iman, faith. In particular, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the messengership of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Allah ta'ala talks about in Surah Mulk how great He is. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Tabaraka alladhi biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. That very blessed is He whose in His hand is the dominion, the mulk, everything that is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very blessed is He. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And He is upon everything all-powerful. He can do anything and everything. He owns everything and He can do whatever He wants with that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so great. الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ. That He created life and He created death. If you think about anything that a person can create, or if you can even use the word create, perhaps manufacture would be a more appropriate word for what we create. We cannot even come close to conceptualizing anybody creating such a thing as life and death. So great is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a creator. And then Allah ta'ala gives us the purpose in order for us to increase in Iman. After knowing who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, He tells us why He created us, why He created life and death. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. In order to find out which one of you is best in deeds. So the ulama mentioned that when we do an action, we should perfect it. كَتَبَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِحْسَانًا. Allah ta'ala prescribed upon everything excellence. So everything that we should do, we should strive for excellence. May Allah allow us to have excellence in our ibadah. Very quickly moving on, inshallah. Surah Qalam is a very beautiful surah, and along the same lines of Iman and messengership, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if I can just mention one verse from here, إِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. Verily you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you are upon a very great status of character. In fact, you are above the greatest status of character. So this is something that is great about our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and a sign of his prophetship, and something that we should strive to achieve, inshallah, in our life. May Allah grant us for that. Allah talks about the next surah, Al-Haqqa. Al-Haqqa derived from the word haqq, something that is true in regards to the afterlife. Al-Haqqa, well, Mal-Haqqa. What is the afterlife? What is this thing that is so true? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحَاقَّةُ. What is going to make you understand what is so true? Referring to the afterlife. May Allah give us a deeper understanding and allow us to never be arrogant and to never even forget, even for a moment, that every single action that we do is for the afterlife. If we ever start to do anything and we don't have this in mind, two very important facts, that Allah Ta'ala is my creator and everything I do will be recorded and judged, then we should recalculate and then reassess ourselves, reaffirm our intention for the sake of Allah, and we hope for the reward from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and Allah forgive us for our mistakes and our shortcomings. In this same surah, very beautiful verse, it says, إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلٌ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٍ. This is the statement, the words of a noble prophet. وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَاعِرٍ. And this is not the words of a poet. So this is Umar bin Khattab narrates that he was going to approach the Prophet ﷺ to rebuke him before he had become Muslim. And he found the Prophet ﷺ making salah. And he heard him making salah, and he started to feel like he was being captivated by the beauty of the Quran. Then he thought to himself, then he must be a poet. And then after that thought, this verse was revealed that no, he's not a poet. Very little are those who believe. And then after that he thought, perhaps then maybe he is some sort of magician, a soothsayer. And then the verse was recited, وَلَا بِقَوْلِ كَاهِنٍ, not the words of a soothsayer. And then Umar bin Khattab started to feel something very special about this Quran. May Allah allow us to feel that same thing and more. And the next surah, Surah Al-Ma'arij, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks in particular about the angels. May Allah allow us to have a deeper understanding about all of the religion, in particular angels, where the Ma'arij is something in regards to where the angels will descend, in particular to punish those people who have rejected the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu. And then Allah Ta'ala uses the word Tahrujul Malaika, that the Ma'arij, the place where the angels will descend. Moving on very quickly again, we have a few more surahs to get through inshallah. The next surah reveals Surah Nuh, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a bit of detail, although He has given much more detail in other surahs, but this surah He gives a little bit of detail about Nabi Nuh. And He said, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَى قَوْمِهِ أَنْ أَنذِرْ قَوْمَكَ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Verily we have sent Nuh, the Prophet Nuh, to his people, that he must tell them, that he must warn your people from before a painful punishment comes to you. And we know a bit more detail about the story of Nuh, inshallah. We won't go into too much detail here. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the next surah, talks about jinn. So the surah of jinn, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about a conversation that happened amongst the jinn and an experience that happened to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam after Ta'if, when he was beaten and etc. And then he left Ta'if, and then he was reciting some Quran which the jinnat overheard. And Allah Ta'ala mentions in this regard, قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنَّهُ اسْتَمَعَ نَفَرٌ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. Then tell the people that it's been inspired to me that a group of jinn were listening. فَقَالُوا إِنَّا سَمِعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا. And the jinn, they said that we have heard the Quran and it is very amazing, it has astonished us. And then etc. Then those jinnat became attached to the Quran and they believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they went to give da'wah to the rest of the jinnat. The story is much longer, we will cut it shortly inshallah. Surah Al-Muzammil, where we know the word Muzammil from the words of the Prophet ﷺ to his wife Khadija radiallahu anha, when after he got wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for the first time he was very scared, and he had a very, he was very worked up. And he came to his wife and he said, Zamiluni, or cover me with something. So Allah is addressing the Prophet ﷺ as a Muzammil, the one who is covered up. And he says to the Prophet ﷺ, قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, to stand in a portion of the night, even for a short period of time. This is the beginning of the revelation, and it is preparing the Prophet ﷺ for a great mission. And the lesson that we can take from this is we also have a great mission, because the Prophet ﷺ said, "La nabiyya ba'di," there will be no prophet after me. So very significant role that we have, that a group of us should, or individually we should all take it upon ourselves to spread this message of Islam. And in doing so, we must follow the advice, قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, that stand up in prayer in the night even for a short period of time. نِصْفَهُ أَوْ انْقُصْ مِنْهُ قَلِيلًا. Half of the night, the Prophet ﷺ was commanded to stand up for. Half of the night is quite a lot. Inshallah, if we can just take a little bit of that, or shorten from it a little bit, perhaps less than half of the night. أو زد عليه, or you could do more. Allah Ta'ala is advising the Prophet ﷺ. And then recite enough Quran, etc., etc. So this is something we really need to take on board for ourselves. That this responsibility that we have requires a connection with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And alhamdulillah, we can see the benefit of having done this throughout the month of Ramadan, and how much connection that we have with Allah. That inshallah we will try to do this after the month of Ramadan. It is something that is very difficult, and we really have only been able to do with the tawfiq, the blessings and the assistance of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So we ask Him to continue giving that, because the same Allah that is allowing us to do it tonight is the same Allah that can give us the ability to do it any night. May Allah allow that to be possible. Moving on to the next surah, Surah Muddathir. Surah Muddathir is in regards to the Prophet ﷺ being addressed as Muddathir, as somebody who is in his bed. So the Prophet ﷺ was very distressed that the message was not being accepted by his people, and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is addressing him as somebody who is very distressed, and He says, "Qum fa'andir, stand up, get up and warn the people." This is the responsibility of the Prophet ﷺ. وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ, and glorify your Lord. وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ, and purify your clothing. So this is just more advice for us to persist, that in doing this we will always find some sort of resistance. But it is not. Sometimes we will feel down, we will feel hopeless. Sometimes we do feel like this, but even the Prophet ﷺ went through this, and we can see how much he achieved. So it gives us hope that sometimes we do feel like that, but then we look at the advice of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and we take it upon ourselves, inshallah. The next verse in theme with the surahs of Makkah is Surah Al-Qiyamah, where Allah Ta'ala says, "La uqsimu biyawm al-qiyamah." There's a few different opinions what this means. La uqsimu, it could mean la meaning no, uqsimu meaning to swear an oath. It means I don't swear an oath beyond the Qiyamah, on the day of Qiyamah, which means that it's something that is so obvious, something that is so great, something that is so sacred, that Allah Ta'ala is not going to touch it by it, not going to taint it by swearing an oath by it. Or it could mean la sometimes can be used as emphasis. La, definitely, uqsimu biyawm al-qiyamah, that I am definitely swearing an oath by the day of Qiyamah, Allah Ta'ala is saying. Which is nothing wrong. It's those people that have the opinion that many things have been taken an oath by, even we take an oath by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala at times, and He Himself takes an oath upon many sacred things. Allah Ta'ala knows best. But the meaning is one of the same, that definitely the day of Qiyamah is real, and we should pay heed to it. I'll move on very quickly, inshallah. Surah Al-Insan. Allah Ta'ala talks about the qualities of mankind and from where he was created and where he is going. He says, "Inna khalaqna al-insana min nutfah." We have created mankind from a drop of sperm. And we discussed previously about the stages that happens in mankind. That is from a sperm to a clot of blood to a flesh to a baby, and then he's born, and then he reaches different stages from childhood and maturities. And then Allah mentions that some people don't happen to make it past there. Some people make it into the old age, become weak, etc., etc. And these are all signs from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for us to ponder upon. And Allah mentions our purpose. وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا, and mention the name of your Lord day and night. May Allah allow our tongues to be moist with the remembrance of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And we take all the names of Allah, particularly the blessed name Allah. So when we are thinking about Allah, it is something very, very virtuous to say Allah, Allah, Allah. May Allah Ta'ala allow that to be part of our lives and to be something that is deep within our hearts. Allah Ta'ala mentions another surah, Surah Mursalat, and in this surah Allah Ta'ala is very much addressing those people who belie the day of Qiyamah, they belie the signs of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And you may have heard about nearly 10 times, وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ. Woe will be to, on the day, on this very day of Qiyamah, woe will be to the person, cursed be that person who has belied this day. May Allah Ta'ala not allow us to ever doubt the day of Qiyamah. May Allah Ta'ala allow it to be something that we have full yaqeen in. Something that when we think of Qiyamah, there's nothing else that crosses our mind. That only this is going to happen, and we are going to be standing in front of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And if we can bring that in our life, then every single thing we do, every single breath we take, every step we take, will be for the sake of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and we will not go astray. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.